Forward! Hello, everybody. Welcome to Cricket the Average Adventure, and welcome to this little corner of comfy frohas that we call the Cold. It's a D&D 5e campaign that I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Last time we saw our heroes, they had a homecoming. They had arrived to their starting town, basically, where they very began this adventure. But on 3 actual years ago, nearly. No, is it 3? Gosh, yeah.
Something like that.
No, it's not far off.
No.
Yeah, it's coming up somewhere around. They had met up with old friends, tied up some loose ends, including curing the monk Darvel of his aging sickness and also mutagenic condition that had continued to worsen in their absence. And we had a rather emotional meet up between Moraruk, who hasn't changed his screen thing.
It's been a while, all right. It's been a while.
That's okay. Just this one. Who met up with Liches and Lucas's cart, and had a rather emotional little time with them. It was a very nice little moment. We had a lovely bit of RP there. And Niala tried to book an appointment basically with her mage and master, Litiana, of the Great Library of Kakanzak. I think I've covered everything. Anybody else remember anything else that was of significant importance? Devel met up with Ed, obviously, as well. Saw Eddie at the bar, flourishing.
I miss Ed, honestly. I miss him.
Yeah, we just had some really nice RP, didn't we? Last
Me
time?
and Luke picked up some bits to help Ed.
Oh yeah, you went and saw Gretch, didn't you?
Yeah.
Chat to Gretch.
I plan on building Ed a new arm.
Yeah, this is
It's
another
patchable
nice
just
thing.
in case it happens again.
You have to include a bottle opener in the arm, you know,
Thinking
like on
about
a
that.
corkscrew or like a go gadget hand for him, like different
dear.
That's what I've been thinking.
weighting implements, spatulas and spoons, and pop
Do you know
out.
how long it
That could bring so much chaos.
Sorry, say again, right?
Do you know how long it'd take to
You'd
build Ed
need,
a base?
you'd need a good couple of months, I'd say, because you gotta shape the metal, find the components. But we can say it's happening at a, you know, while you're working on it, the finer components, you'll have to find a blacksmith's, which there is in Kakanzax, by the way.
Wow.
I'm proficient in blacksmith skills. I just need a forge.
There is a blacksmith with a forge in Kakanzax.
Wow.
Yes and no.
Yeah, Ray, there is. I'll let the others explain when you get there, maybe. Describing the situations around the blacksmith.
Luke, you explain.
No, we're not there yet. We'll come to it when we come to it.
It'll
So,
be an in-character thing.
I'd like to start with we're going to zoom in on the yak. Everyone has kind of gathered their way back there, and Ray, you've been in there meeting the people, being introduced to these folks. You were here for a brief time. Previously, on a slightly untoward angle of approach, maybe the law-abiding citizen that we might take you for. Just curious about Eldritch
They
Puzzle.
may be stealing from a museum. I don't think they consider me law-abiding.
No. Your method of arrival here was, you know, a different way. You know of the boat that you were on, and you know it to be the same boat that you were picked up on as well.
I believe believe I walked around and talked to every crew member who was like, how does this thing work? I need to know.
But this is the boat you were previously on, and it worked in the same method last time. There was a central tree. The main difference being the addition that the captainry has changed. If you look at your what we discussed previously, you will know that the captain when you were aboard previously was named Bryce. And now it's Gerald Fawkesbridge. Just putting it out there. And you would have. Can you roll me an intelligence, please? Just a straight up intelligence roll, please.
One sec, sorry.
That's okay. You take your time. We're in no rush. We're just having some fun, rolling some dice, imagining some worlds.
It's yes. Load.
Yeah, shouting at D&D Beyond does help. We've found this.
21. It did help.
You, in your mechanical ponderings, you look at this at more mechanical kind of method of looking at things.
Youngwood.
It would be normally a nature check, but because of the way you look at things, you look at them in that through that kind of machine eye. You know that the tree that powers Le Bapon currently is not the tree that powered it when Bryce had it.
I would like to ask, this is thought process out loud.
Okay.
Does the tree appear to work like an ent from back home? Does the tree appear to have any sort of sentience?
Low sentience. So it appears to be pretty much input, more like the things that you've come across called an awakened tree, where it's not able to communicate fully. It has like a kind of survival instinct, moreover, to consume and eat and that kind of stuff.
Okay. I have something in the back of my mind to try next time we're back to level up.
Okay, cool. No worries. I just wanted to just tell you a couple of bits there. Sorry, go on.
Psychic whispers. I can speak to pretty much anything that has a relative brain.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and talk to it.
Yeah, go and talk to a tree. Go and have a little chat. Arden, how's Arden feeling? I mean, let's just say for instance right now, you're kind of just, everyone's in their rooms pondering over stuff, kind of taking in the fact that they can stop for 5 minutes because it's been go for however long. You're kind of collecting thoughts together, thinking of your next steps, thinking of where you need to move next, what things are playing on your minds. How is Arden feeling now that he knows that Darvel is safe and healed? And is that a weight off Arden's mind? Tell me.
It is an urgency off of Arden's mind. There's this element of relief that this ticking clock of death has been stopped. But it does feel like where one problem ends, another begins. But there is a moment of relief. There does seem to be this moment where now there is time to just actually think and consider options. because we were on a race against time with getting the Fluvian flask and coming back, dealing with the lich or demi-lich or whatever we have deemed
Those are
that
Lich.
being. And for the first time, it's just like he's sitting in his. Well, I wouldn't say he's sitting in his room. He's going through literally all his belongings. Because constantly being on the move and things traveling and stuff, like the organization starts, like things pile up in your bags, and then you like taking things out in different order and going through all the notes, looking through the things he's collected. It just trying to just get organized and start getting sense of everything. So he's going through his pack, and he's taken out his alchemy equipment, and he's kind of just placing it out on a desk and just trying to organize that. Next to it, he's kind of got this vial of this cultist's blood that's sitting there. There's the compass and the stationary equipment that he got out of the cupboard, with the journal of Isambard Slepny sitting on one side. There's a wrapped dragonborn frozen heart still sitting in the bag at the bottom. There's a little pea flute that's been sat down that he was given by being of the Fae, and then there's also the little coin, the little Moor amulet that kind of just sits in the middle of the desk, surrounded by everything. And I think that's kind of on his mind as next objective. Like, this is everything seems to be starting to have branches sprouting out from this cult and the crystals. So yeah, he's just putting everything out and just looking at it like a crazy person with a cork board. But it's more like physical things on his desk, and he's laying everything out and just trying to organize and center himself a bit.
You also have in that collection the foresight.
And the flask. You still have the flask with you.
Yeah, I've got the flask. Literally like
Your
quite a
load
lot of stuff. That's why he needs organizing. That's why he's just getting it all out and just like.
Shoot, and I'm the one with the bag of holding. Oh, shit.
So he's just, but it's all these little things. It's like, it's not like masses of like heavy things. It's all like little stuff and just lots of it.
Yeah. As you're going through these things, you remember the last time that you used your premonitionary tool that you have, and you used it back at the Wanderer's Lament.
Yeah.
Or the lake, the frozen lake above the Wanderer's Lament.
Yeah.
And you think to how you'd always been told that it showed visions of future things happening. And at that time there was a grand meeting between Nanyala and Dre. And so that kind of overwhelmed all the thoughts, and again the speed of everything that had to happen for you to get back here in time to save Davel. That hadn't really popped up, but that comes to your mind, that fact that it seems to be able to look back and forward, and you had no control which way it went, or you seemingly had no control of it as it went. But it might be something to practice or to work on, to unlock the secrets further of this thing. You know that there were people of your order that could use this item in a more precise manner, shall we say. So it might be something you might want to sort of spend some time with and look over and work with, basically, as you go through. Maruk, Liches gave him dragon teeth, gave his sons dragon teeth to take home.
Oh, I did.
And look back in the room, greeting everyone. What's playing on Rook's mind?
I mean, so as Rook's kind of walking in and walking around and being greeted by all these people, Rook's like, who the hell are all these people? I don't know anyone here. I know like 3-4 people here. Everyone knows me, and everyone's like, oh yeah, you're such a good guy, like you're so good. But then like in the back of Rook's mind, there's like, well, am I? Am I such a good guy? But he kind of just brushes it aside, greets everyone with the same enthusiasm and moxie as he did when he was first here.
Yeah. And do you think it's because you've uncovered more about? Well, you knew where you came from roughly, but you keep uncovering more and more on.
I think
This nagging thing in the back of your head, like
yeah. I think
thing.
it's more to do with the fact that he's like everything that's happened since they left Kakanzax. Obviously, like fighting with everyone, leaving Nanjala, staying behind in the library, coming to blows with Bishop, all that.
Yeah,
it's just kind of does Rook does Rook deserve to be on this pedestal? Is kind of playing in the back of his mind, but he kind of just puts it down to anxiety or not knowing who these people are. Brushes it off and says, let's get drunk.
Yeah, and the knowledge that you now have of Flint Froxer, like that you know roughly where, well, you know more about them. Is that a pull? Is that what you want to do? Is that where you want to go? Is that something you want to find where that person is? Do you want to know about your arm? You don't want to know that kind of stuff. How does that sit in Rook's head?
So with everything that's been happening and kind of things have been kind of revealing themselves just as he's been going about his life, Rook's kind of almost taken a step back from that drive that he had when he was like abandoning Nyala and Arden to go off and stupidly traipse through the snow. Rook's kind of not at peace, but he's willing to just kind of let the information come to him. He's kind of currently in the mindset of, I'm going to help out my friends with whatever it is that they're doing, which, if from previous experience is to be believed, Rook will find out everything about himself just by following Nyala and Arden.
Yeah, they've almost led you
Yeah.
to the truth in a way through happenstance and
sheer coincidence
and blind luck.
Sheer coinkydinks.
Yeah. And you have uncovered more about this than you might have ever expected. You do still feel, Rook, in this place, unlike when you're in the cube, that sort of queasy, always on the edge, like a queasy feeling, like in your stomach. It still sits there, but it has been quiet. Been quiet for a long. Right. Well, it spoke to you a couple of days ago, actually, just quietly, like a rough challenge, a jesting, a joking with you, playful in a way, but also a little bit goading, maybe.
Yeah.
It has that tendency to be a little full of itself. That voice that keeps coming back to you, but you feel its presence there, just like a an itch you can't scratch kind of thing. You're used to scratching a lot of itches. You've got a lot of hair. I don't know what the parasite situation is on Rook right now, but you've probably had a couple of baths since you've been back.
Yeah.
Maybe you are tick and leech free.
One can dream.
One can only dream. One can only hope that one day.
One can only hope he's got no more carry-ons.
You have not got ringworm. Like joy, absolute joy. Well, you've had the Thelinium flask. I mean, that's definitely going to clear.
I should be good.
Yeah, it's de-aged you several years. Like
Peruvian flask now treating ringworm as well.
Ray and Rook and Arden. At some point, you come together at the one of the little booths within along with Ajara in the Yak's tongue. You gather round and food is brought and Ed's jovial, happy. Hi everyone, how's it going? It's so good to see you. Oh, here's someone coming to the door. I'm going to pause the recording just a second because the dogs are going to bark. And he's serving you some food. It's a different fare from normal. It's Arden, obviously he's dealing with your dietary requirements, so you get the vegetarian option, but on the plates for Jar and Ray, there's a haunch, like slices of some sort of gamey meat on the plate. Again, with obviously Teresa's special gravy that she makes on the side, Katu fuel, and you love
Teresa's special gravy.
Teresa's special gravy, cooked up by a round of people. Actually, lots of people have had a go at making it. And you kind of are gathered together for the first time and quiet and peaceful without something nagging at you. There is the notable absence of Niala. She is not there with you. And Ijara, what's your passive insights, everybody that are at the table?
17.
Good question.
19.
12.
Ray and Arden, you can see that Ijara, normally of a non-reactive, someone who's carefree, seems to have care. Their brow is slightly furrowed, and they look like they haven't slept well.
Jara?
The meat is good, yes? You don't eat the meat, no, Arden?
You look like shit.
Neither does Ray.
I mean, I wasn't going to be as blunt about it. But...
What's wrong? You look like ass.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to enjoy the meal. Look, lovely food.
Zara.
Look,
What's wrong?
I've been hearing a thing. And when you guys were in the crow's nest, and you said you went into a tiny little box, it was very mad. The voice was really quite worried.
What do you mean, worried? Worried about what?
It knew I was with Rook. it was already mad because it knew I was with Bishop somehow. And then it lost Bishop. Then it loses Rook. When Rook comes back, a few minutes later, I have the tea. It stops. But I feel it like a sickness in my stomach.
Friday.
It's the voice.
That's the voice. But wrong name.
I'm sorry, you're hearing a voice in your head.
Yeah, yes. Not like not like your own voice. You know, sometimes you tell yourself things and you say, Ijara, you must remember to put your mail on before putting your plate on.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Other way around does not work. But sometimes you wake up and you're not quite there, and then you have to do the thing, you say to yourself, it's not that voice. It is not my voice.
What does this voice tell you?
That we did good. That we did good with the Lich thing. It's happy. It was happy.
What does it ask you to do?
Nothing yet. It won't be. It was happy about the Lich thing. It's always been happy about the Lich thing. When we had some heroes to take us to the lament, on my own, it said I could not do it. No possible way. No way, no how. And then you guys show up. It's happy. I did not know, really, until it was mad, that it wasn't just me thinking I was being good and happy that I'm killing undead. When it was angry at me, I'm never angry at me. I'm always happy with me.
So it was angry when we were in the dimension away from.
It got mad when Bishop left. It got mad when Rook was in the cube.
Okay, but Ayla, what do you think?
You're a person of the cloth, right?
Yes.
Sure, it's not God.
People have told me about this before. People have told me their gods come speak to them and tell them, do this, do that, do whatever. My God,
Oh no, I'm not the religious type.
you must have had it said, God speaks, God moves in mysterious ways. My God, I just do through the dreaming. When I dream, at the night times, it seems to inform my action through the dreams. I don't have a little voice going, you're doing this good, you're doing this good. But now apparently I do. But it feels like it comes from the stomach.
So hold on, you have a voice that talks to you when you sleep, and a different voice that talks to you when you're awake.
It doesn't talk
Now
in the
the-
dreams. It shows. It
Right,
shows I
so
should go with you. It shows I should kill Lich. It tells me I should go kill the undead. Even when I was a wee elfling, it told me, Gargamel, this is not the place for you.
Gargamel's not really the place for many.
Yeah,
can you feel this now?
yeah. It's not talking now. It's kind of listening.
I'm going to try something.
Okay. Do I need to finish my mouthful of food?
No, you can carry on eating. I'm going to try something, and you tell me if it changes how you feel. in regards to this this voice. All right. Is that all right with you?
It's fine if you think you can know something of its kind.
Let's. I don't know what it is, what's talking to you, but this will give me some kind of idea if it even does anything. I don't know. Right. Bear with me 1 second. Takes out some like oils, kind of dips his fingers into them, and then kind of just goes, excuse me, and kind of just draws 3 kind of symbols on your forehead. And I cast protection from good and evil.
Oh.
The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throw against the relevant effect. Certain types of creatures, good, evil, aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
I'm going to roll a saving throw.
Okay.
Hold on, I don't remember the DC.
Well, if it's a wisdom saving throw, we know she sucks at that.
Yeah.
But gets that tasty advantage. Well,
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
right.
Delicious advantage.
we love advantage.
Is Yara on a wisdom save? Here we go. Come on. Come on, D&D Beyond. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Wisdom. You know what? It's actually her saving throw isn't bad. It's a natural 7, but with a +8.
Oh,
15.
You see Ijara's mouth fill. Her cheek.
Right. Sorry, that's not the desired effect I wanted. I'm terribly.
She starts coughing and then takes her hand away, and you see a black fluid running down her chin. And she blinks at you, Arden. And like gingerly touches her stomach.
You all right?
You did. You did it.
I mean, I don't know what I really did because I don't really know what it was, but I tried something and it obviously worked.
It is gone. It tastes like ash and oil and burning milk.
Maybe drink some ale.
Ed, strong drink. Liquor. I need to get this out of the a rock brew with the other thing, a shot in it. And she brings it and she kind of downs this like flagon of brew and like it runs down the face. It is going to take a week to get that taste out. But I don't feel it here anymore.
So what is it gone?
It doesn't listen. It cannot hear.
Is there
I have not felt this way for a long time.
is
I
there
feel alone for the first time in a like no one is watching from behind my eyes.
Is the black stuff that came out
Yeah,
of her mouth? Did it
Yeah.
get on any?
her plate.
Okay. I pick up her plate and I get like whatever the D&D version of a napkin is, and I wipe her face.
Yeah.
I go to wherever the fire is and I set fire to it.
Yeah.
How about,
And I
wait,
say, we'll get her a new one.
oh, no.
Make me a perception check, right?
$28.
Right, you see, as you chuck the cloth into the fire, you know when you've screwed something up and the heat makes it unfold like this?
Yeah.
And then you see the liquid bubbling on the surface, this black liquid starts steaming up through the chimney of the yak. You peer closely and you swear you see in the middle of it something about a centimetre long, about 3 millimeters wide, writhe, start to fizz, and then pop with a like a.
I put my goggles down and I used to get the magic.
It's too quick to do that.
Okay. It's just something I know he would do. When he saw it go, oh shit, no.
Yeah.
By the time you
Don't-
notice it, it's happened.
Yeah. By the time
Yeah.
you see this thing
I just
happen, even if you
know
go
he
to
would
grab
do
your
that,
goggles,
so I
as you
say
put
it.
the goggles on, you see the snap. And what you witness is something boiling and its internal mass boiling out and popping it, basically. But the thing looked kind of like it looked an invertebrate.
A type of insect.
Yeah.
Worm.
I'd say more like a worm, or rather than a legged thing, like more like a
Did
worm.
I know it long?
Slug
Did I see it long enough to draw it?
is too small to draw. It was very
Okay.
in a fire being burnt, but you get that impression of a like a maggot or a worm or something like that kind of thing. That pretty second.
Okay.
Thank you, Ray. I'm sorry I ruined
I didn't want
everyone's
it.
dinner.
I didn't. Oh, but yeah. Sorry, everyone. Just it was something, and I didn't want it to get back in anybody.
No, you did the right thing. What?
Especially after the box. Just any. Yeah. Remember the last time you punched me?
Look, that wasn't on purpose.
I know. I just enough with possession.
I couldn't agree more. Jared, are you happy this is gone?
It has been some time. It does feel like there is something missing, but in a way, it feels like maybe you guys have fulfilled the space.
I mean, that's... Yeah, all right.
There was a hollow. It was there. I met you. The hollow was more filled.
No,
Now
will
it's
get more.
gone. The hollow still is filled.
you said this thing's watching Rook and was Bishop. It lost Bishop
It
and it
said
lost Rook.
it couldn't see Rook when you were in the crow's nest. Then I came with the tea to see what was wrong, and then you was back.
What
Find
about
me
after?
the other two.
What about after we used the flask on Rook?
It's still there. It didn't. It was happy. It wasn't complaining no more.
Rook?
Hmm.
I mean, whatever had an interest in Jara and Bishop has an interest in you. I can try and do the same thing that I just did on.
Sure, hit me.
All right.
Don't actually hit me.
No. Well, no. That's. I just need to touch you. I mean, I could do it punching you, but it isn't necessary.
You need to do what?
Not like that. You saw what I did with you.
Yeah, but we're a bit closer, so I can,
Look, if you want me, I will hold your hand. It
Just
doesn't.
because it's not that kind of oil. Look. Dips his fingers in the oil, and
Stands on the bench.
is there any part of you that isn't hairy? I'm going to rephrase that question.
we're just going to kind of kneel down and kind of part his fur at the top.
Lustrous new hair.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
luscious locks just kind of parts them.
Just
The
again,
Vidal
like
Sassoon commercial. It's beautiful.
the same three symbols.
Because you're
Okay.
worth.
Let's try that
Because
again.
I'm worth it.
I go get a bowl or like a bucket or
Wisdom.
something.
Wisdom save. Please.
Normal or advantageous?
Advantageous.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Oh, that's even better. So the first one was
Yeah.
a natural 18 for a 20. The second one was a 22. You do the maths.
Natural
Or
Natural 20 on my blood dice.
Rook, you could just about when Ijara cut free, when Arden cast that spell, you felt a roiling like acid reflux in your stomach occurring, Rook. And you could feel that voice rising up. But Arden casting the spell on you cuts the voice, and you feel that acid reflux change into a regurgitation, and you again black starts running down the side of your mouth. But just at the moment that you expel this possession from yourself, you hear the voice speak to you one last time. Oh, so it's like that. We'll do this another way then. We'll see you soon.
It's better.
I
Yeah.
look for the rug. I look
Sorry?
for the weird wormy thing.
Yeah, you now know what you're looking for. You actually see it on this speck, like a tadpole, like running down Rook's chin.
I like try and catch it, but like not touch it.
Okay.
Here. Get some like little
got alchemy
calipers
stuff?
and a vial for the
I
stopper.
put it in the vial.
Between the two of you, you manage to capture this small thing. You ain't big.
Arden, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Any chance that spell works on you?
I mean, I'm tapped out with that for today, I think.
Okay. And I just want to check something.
I could
I just want to make
could do it on myself. Yeah.
just one thing. DM,
Yes.
are you psychic whispers
Okay.
and connect to everyone in the room,
Okay.
all of Ed and the Cold Crew? And in their minds, they hear my voice go, this is what I sound like. You hear anything else, please tell somebody.
Yeah.
I don't hear any voices in my head.
No, but like in your head, you hear my voice say, anything but mine is an ish.
Yeah. You get a kind of
Okay.
you get a feeling for this voice, a familiarity. You got to expend your dice because you got to do it. Tells you how many hours that will last. Ray.
I can do it once for free.
Oh, you got it. Oh, the first time
Right.
first time you can use it for free. Oh yeah, cool. You don't expend the die. Yeah, that's cool. You are connected to Ray, and you all gather what this feels like to have Ray speaking to you through your mind.
So
Is it similar?
Is it?
Me in your head, is it similar?
I mean, I don't know. I've never had any voices. Rook, Ajara, like
Bro, Ijara. Similar to
No,
how I do it?
no.
Okay.
Yours is
Good.
kind. Yours feels familial, like
Light.
light. Yeah, like friendly. Like this was like being bound.
So, no. I thought I was onto something, man.
And if that's what I was doing while I was bound, oh, we were in for a hell of a show. Now I've been freed.
so. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this straight. How long have you guys had this going on?
Oh, no, I've known you guys for like a week. I actually don't know how long have I known this pair?
Well, mine. Well, since I was at the lament, but I didn't
Okay.
really think much of it until it was mad with me, because I never really thought about it that much.
Rook?
Really want me to answer that?
Yes,
The lament?
please.
Yeah. When was it? Was it like, yeah.
Well, it was actually out on the ice as you were
This-
traveling to the lament.
Sort of. It was.
Was this
Remember when
the lake?
we were on the way there? Yes.
Frozen Lake. Rook, you remember you saw a shadow beneath the ice when you were fighting off the last of the. I think it was a skeleton horde, possibly.
Mm. It was
There was
where,
a bit where you had
wasn't it
gone.
when I kind of stopped back to kind of fend them off, and then
Yeah,
I had carried it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you there was a shadow beneath the ice moving along.
So, you remember that skeleton army that we
Just casual.
somehow
Yeah,
dispatched?
when we were going across the ice in the sled.
The one that I forced you to run while I took all the glory of killing them all.
I
Remember that
mean,
one?
I don't remember it happening that way, but
Well,
I
anyway,
remember pulling your ass back onto the cart.
yes, but in the brief window where I was separated from you, there was this figure under the ice. After the skeletons had been taken care of.
So was this something to
Why
do
come
with
back out?
it, or
I
was this
don't
separate?
know. I have a feeling separate. Because otherwise surely would have helped the skeleton crew. But ever since that figure under this shadow creature under the ice, there's been a little niggling.
Yeah, you also now Ijara's kind of spoken about it, you also remember feeling after the Lich thing a sense of well-being, like almost like a good pet. Does that make sense? Like, well done, that kind of thing.
It's this voice was part of the reason why the Lich went down how it went down. This voice was wanting the Lich dead at any means necessary, and I took that into my own hands. It felt as if I was some sort of errand boy for this voice, going to the end of the continent to slay this Lich, and then being promised all this knowledge and power, but then never getting any, and almost being treated like a fool, trusting it. I kind of started to tune it out, ignore it. I
What
felt
about
almost like a prisoner to it.
what about when we went in the box? Jara said you were taken away from it. Did you feel any different in the box? Did you?
I felt unbound, as if I was outside of its reach, which to
When
me
we
means
left
that it's
this plane,
yes,
it was beyond its reach.
yes, which means it's powerful, but it's not that powerful to
But it's
be able
based
to
in
reach
our
different
world.
planes. It's here somewhere, you know.
It's not a god then.
No, just a lunatic with a spell book,
you-
probably.
Where's the little vial with the worm in it?
One of you two is holding it. You are Arden.
Yeah.
I look at it. Is it still alive? Like, is it all squirmy? Or is it like a dead thing in a vial?
It's moving slightly.
I have an idea, and I don't think it's a good one.
Okay.
I say that to the group. I have an idea, and I don't think it's a good one.
What do you have in mind?
Talk to it. All day.
Say again,
Oh.
sorry.
Talk
What?
to it all day.
Okay.
Or
That,
and keep an open mind with this, Arden especially.
Keep it in the jar.
Or keep an open mind. I let it grab control of me again. I speak to it. And then you know how to get it out of me.
I have a better idea than putting it in rock.
look,
Does anyone know where a cat is?
we are not putting that thing in Godfrey.
Not
Please, that'd
Godfrey.
be
Like
fucking
one we don't
hilarious.
like.
Yeah,
Or
God.
like a rat.
Well,
or a
I don't
pigeon.
like Godfrey, but I don't want Godfrey to have any more power than it already has.
Yeah,
Oh,
Um,
that'd be fucking
Like-
hilarious though.
I try and find like
Um,
is there rat nearby?
hold on.
If I put it in an animal, then just connect it to the psychic net.
I would rather.
At least then it's not even. At least
I am
then it's
trying
very
to be
easy kill a rat.
open-minded here at the idea
Well,
of
it's easy to
testing
kill a rat.
on. Yes, but it's a bit. I'm not.
Are we having a moral situation?
I am no. I am not an expert with magics. I mean, I've got
Or morals.
some basic.
The psychic thing works with animals if that's your question.
What I'm trying to say is that I think a certain intelligence is required for
Oh, we need to find a monkey.
communication. If you want to put it back in something and then communicate with it, it has to be something of an intelligence. But at the same time, I don't want to put it in Rook, because what if it convinces Rook to, kill us all? Because he could definitely do that.
I mean, I've
So
talked to animals before. Animals can be clever. It's not like book clever.
I think if we can communicate it with it without putting it in anything and just communicating it within the vial, then I'm more up for that.
I want to use psychic whispers on the worm thingy in the jar.
okay. Can you make me a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You've willingly engaged.
5.
You feel like the bottom of your stomach drops. And you hear a voice in your head. That says,
It's in here, but it's not in the jar.
Oh shit.
There's still the thing in
Hey,
the jar.
hello.
Yeah, excellent.
Arden. Any chance
win
you got
some,
more of those?
You lose some.
Um,
This one's mine. Ah, such machines.
I did
do
say
have
it
to
was.
warn
I was tapped out.
you just hear out loud. You just hear out loud Ray genuinely say, I do have to warn you, I have never been good at being told what to do.
Oh no.
Oh, I don't have to tell you what to do. You do
Rook.
what I want you to do.
Rook.
I
Rayla.
think it's good to tie me down. Tie me up.
Fuck.
Rook's just
Some of
going to
the
I'll
grab
have that, Rook.
patrons, some of the
by the shirt.
patrons in the bar are looking
I think I'm possessed.
very, very strange as there's an elf shouting, "Tie me up" in the bar.
Jara.
Well, he says,
Jara,
I think
you
it's a good idea to tie me up. I think I'm possessed.
Jara, you might know this ward. You might be able to do what I've just been doing. Like you have like.
Yeah, man of the clock, get it out.
Well, I mean, I'm not exactly religious, but I know it's more religious people tend to have it.
Oh no, possession, eh? That's spiritual shit.
Right, hold on. We're gonna see what happens.
I'll try and make myself throw up.
I don't think it
Over me.
works that way. I don't think it's that simple. It's not as simple as throwing up.
I still do it.
Stick
You
your
are,
fingers
you
down
are.
your throat.
There are diners leaving at this point.
After you've just done that, I'm literally going to wipe the sick off me. Where does it feel like it is?
No,
Come on.
no, you can't punch this thing.
I get ready by
Zara,
taking out one of my spiders,
you feel
which
in your
are the cure
head.
wound spell.
Can you roll me an initiative roll, Rayla, please?
Okay. Well, I thought the 7 was a 1.
Okay. The voice says, "Shut up. Be quiet." And you have to. Don't talk about me at all until I say.
I write down on the table now. Again, we've already established he's a dick.
I do not wish you to communicate with me. It had the up. It got a 24 or its initiative. However, Ijara rolled better. So let's see if Ijara's spell goes off. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw with advantage. I had to roll Ijara, you, and the thing.
$13.
It settles down comfortably within your stomach. You are currently controlled by this creature.
Jara, can you try again? I don't think it worked. It's not
Well,
black
it's going to,
ink.
yeah. There's no black ink coming from it. Ajara can try and cast it again. Try and cast it out. Let me see what it says. I just got to read this. Okay. That's wrong. You can do it again.
Roll again.
With advantage again, Rayla.
Shit, 13.
I don't think there's anything in there. You go twice more. Ijara will burn all of her first level slots to try and get this thing out of you.
Come on. Look, you've got to get the curves right on those symbols. You're a
15.
bit shoddy.
Do not blame me. I'm trying my hardest. This is the line. Look, this way, the dot here, and line here.
But that
Well,
needs to be more of a
15.
crescent moon, not a C. Okay.
Look, we have different ways, different handwriting, different style, same symbols.
All right.
Raylan, what did you get?
Highest was 15.
50. You feel it rise and a dribble runs down your face. And in that, Arden, you see another one of these little black things.
Fucking little. Right.
The one
That
in
isn't.
the first jar one is dead.
Okay.
It obviously
Okay.
doesn't make any kind of difference whether it's physically contained or not.
Burn it.
Yep.
Bad idea. Should have burned them all.
Fucking, yep. Okay.
Drop them all in the fire.
Yep. Just into the fire.
Now, what was I doing?
The room is quiet. Standing with arms folded at the appropriate angle for you to all be able to see her at the end of the table is Treese. Why is it every time you come here, my bar is emptied, a riot is started, dragons come?
I got possessed by an evil worm.
That is a new one. The result is normally the same. Patrons are leaving. You're going to get us a bad reputation. You draw them here with your tales of good and evil, but they don't actually want to see that going on while they're having supper.
I have a question for Pete.
Okay.
How long has it been since last session?
A day and a half.
So I finished building what I wanted to build for last session in regards to my subclass.
Which was one of your...
Which was a steel defender that looked like a monster thingy and like a weird bird.
Yeah, you can have your little...
Mechanical construct.
Yeah, you can have that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so she says, please, I'm forever in debt to you, which I absolutely detest, by the way. But I honour my debts. But please, can we keep the topic of conversation to that of dragon slaying and actually not do exorcisms over the diners?
Look, it wasn't planned. It was impromptu, but finding out that I didn't know it was going to work. I didn't know they were actually possessed, and turns out they were.
How many times did you cast spells in my bar? I did 4.
Technically a spell.
Well,
that one did. I don't think technically what I did was a spell.
I mean, if you're including the 2 times I did it and the 4 times Ojara did it, then 6.
6 impromptu exorcisms.
The first one succeeded and led to the other 5.
2 impromptu exorcisms, 4 failed exorcisms.
Right. Anyway, Treese, we are sorry. How much, if you don't mind me asking, do you normally make behind the bar in a normal evening?
Right. You thinking of financial compensation?
Something like that.
Tell me what you have in mind.
I will go out, shout at the top of my lungs that the beer is on me. I will pay you handsomely for however much you sell. And you accept our humblest and deepest condolences and apology.
I put 5 gold.
Oh, I have
I
a
hold it
simpler,
5 gold.
I have a simpler offer.
Okay.
Just maybe.
Simpler than cold hard cash. I don't know one, but please tell me.
Well,
This is mostly my fault.
what I was going to suggest is, Rook, if you could have a word with Lucas and maybe 50% off Rook Brew for the next week for your supplies.
Or could sort something like that out.
A discount drink would bring punters back in rather than just covering the cost of one night. That it's much easier to destroy a reputation than build one.
That and one other thing.
Name it. Stop doing exorcisms in your bar.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
I am all up for you sharing your tales of heroism and exploits. Dragon slaying, lich defeating, undead armies. These are all things they tell stories of. And I wholeheartedly believe they have happened. I'm not sure all the punters do, but what they... It has a certain draw. A hero's bar.
How's about this as oh, go on. Please, sorry, I interrupted you.
There is a bard by the name of... Oh, hold on, I've got to find the name. Sorry, bear with me. Oh. You know what? I don't actually have the note on my phone. There is a bard at the bathhouse who pretty much will not leave the bathhouse. But for a good story and a new song to sing, they might. I'd like to offer them my stage. I'd like you to tell your tale to them.
I'm sorry. Did we just? Are we just suddenly selling intellectual property rights to our life stories? Is that what? How come we save cities and somehow we always seem to be in debt to you?
Rook's gonna kind of
No,
on
I'm
to the
in
side.
debt to you.
Rook's gonna
It
kind of
doesn't feel that way.
Arden. He can lie.
I'm bad
Oh,
at
I'm
that.
not really good at this kind of thing. Like, Rook, maybe you should take control of this.
Can't lie. I'm bad at it.
I can lie, it's fine. I have all sorts of stories, and I'm sure
Yeah.
Nyala, wherever she is, does as well.
You look more
Where
like
is
the
Nyala, by the
typical
way? I need to
dragon
help.
slaying kind of. Yeah, where is
The-
Nyala?
The name of
Hopefully
the
she's
bard,
not possessed too. Oh Christ.
Oh God, yeah.
If she is, we don't do it here.
No,
That's a good point.
100%.
If she's possessed, we don't do it.
there's always the broom cupboard.
I beg your pardon?
I
Put it
look,
in the
that
room.
room cupboard has seen enough.
Then again, I'm spending some time in the closet.
If some people could have seen what those mobs have seen.
I did see what those mobs saw.
Can I all remind you that we had somebody tied up in that room cupboard once?
Yes, that's what we're talking about. We were trying to
What
be
else have
discreet
room
about it.
cupboards
At
Room
that point,
cupboard.
as you say that, Arden, there was someone just coming through the door,
And
and then the door slowly shuts again.
I'm
And
gonna
kind of
go. Look,
back out of that conversation.
Chris, thank you for a lovely supper. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go find Nyala. All right. You work on the bard. I'm gonna go and find Nyala.
The bard name is Juljuis.
What?
The bard's name, Juljuis.
Joel Jewis.
Yes.
Okay.
Tabaxi.
Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna go and deal with the one tabaxi I already have to put up with.
I'll
Rook,
go find.
Rayla,
Yes.
you take care of the
Yeah.
bard.
Yes, I'll go find the bard.
This is not my area of expertise. Right. Treese. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's been hard for you, Arden. I can tell. The worry is
It's not been
lifting. I
hard
see it
for
in
a
you.
while.
Go
I'm
find
just-
her.
Yeah. See you later.
She's with Litiana, by the way.
Oh. Well, that makes sense. That tracks.
She picked
Okay.
her up from here last night.
Oh. Oh, all right.
Who's Litiana?
I'll
Oh,
explain on the way. Rayla.
Okay.
Yeah, powerful was. Yeah, never mind.
Hmm.
See you later. Bye.
So Arden heads off in the into the direction of the Great Library of Kakanvex, one of the most foreboding buildings in this place. Great steps rise up to the front of it, and Arden, you walk up those familiar stairs, and the door, as normal, is always just slightly open and letting a breeze in, and you step into its cool, echoing entrance chamber. Now, because Rook, you have to go earlier, I'm going to go back to actually Ray and Rook here, and then we might go back to Arden and Nyala's interactions in there. You know where the baths are. You fix these baths, Rook.
Yeah.
You and Ray proceed through the streets heading north
Bro,
from the Yak's Tongue, and you have a chance to share what you know of Litiana with Ray and Shapar.
Yes,
Bro.
I will share what I remember, which will be played from my memories from our lovely DMP, because I can't really remember.
Once upon a time, there was a hungry bugbear.
I would like to ask Brooke a question.
Okay, would you like the information first, or would you like your question answered first?
Why did I just get
Information.
Major Winnie the Pooh vibes about Rook with that hungry bugbear question?
Once upon a
Oh.
time, there was a hungry bugbear.
Oh, bother.
Oh,
Oh, bother. That was really good, Pete.
I've been practicing my Winnie the Pooh.
I love that.
When is that going to come up?
I've no idea, but I've
Winnie
been
the Pooh is the
listening.
big bad.
It was one of the voices that I found very, very, very difficult to do because it's kind of
Yeah, mate.
he's got this kind of weird breathiness. But the guy that does it is amazing. He does so many voices. There's like clips of him just like switching between so many things, and he like does Pooh and Piglet, obviously. But yeah,
He does Tigger as well, I think, doesn't he?
does do Pooh. Yeah, he does do Tigger as well. But like, he's just
I
wicked.
still remember one from ages ago when I was a kid, and it was a behind the scenes of Looney Tunes, and it was
Yeah.
Donald. It was Bugs Bunny and the duck from Looney Tunes having an argument, and he played both sides and just kept switching.
Yeah,
Daffy Duck.
And I was like, what?
the
That's
other group,
amazing.
the fragments constantly make me play two characters, an NPC whose name is Ilan Marcel, and my PC in the game, Charles, and make them have conversations. Now, Charles doesn't like Ilan. Ilan likes Charles, but Ilan doesn't realize that Charles doesn't really like him. So Ilan is always very like excited to see Charles, and Charles is always very wary. But it gives you that very cool schizophrenia moment where you're just having this conversation. Sorry, moving off topic, massive tangent. Ray, do you want your question answered first, or would you like to know about Litiana first?
Question first, if that's okay.
Okay, yeah.
Brooke?
We'll have a break at 8.
Bro,
Yeah,
do you think it's a good idea to bring scraps?
scraps.
Like a
Oh,
the
your
construct
little
thing that he has that looks terrible.
I mean, if you want to, then sure. I'm sure it's charming in its own way.
Rook, you would know that this city is not magic shy as well. So you have that confidence that you could maybe
Like,
instill.
it's not going to look out of place, but it's your call. If you want to bring scraps, bring scraps.
Okay. Pete, is
Yeah.
there like a stables or something?
Yeah, northeast of where you are now, there are stables.
Like near the inn?
No,
Like
they're
a place
basically
where I could comfortably put a human-sized construct cat.
yeah, you could probably store them up near Ed near Ed's near Eric's place, the woodsman.
Okay. Cool.
There's a stabling on one side. There's Malgon's workshop. There's the also up in that corner of the map we have the forge as well. It's very all close together. So there's a forge one side. There's the woodmakers. There's stables, and there's Malgon's workshop.
Is Eric's place within shouting distance of the inn?
No. It's a good half-hour walk, and it's further on than the baths. The baths come first. You have to cross the main street, and the baths are like the far side of the main street from where you are.
Bring it along. It'll be good company.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of the logistics of where to put a human-sized construct cat.
On your shoulder.
Honestly, there's many weird things that you would have seen on your way through the town.
Standing on its back legs, it's 7 foot tall. I don't think I could carry
shoulder.
You might be able to carry it. I just stick my head out. Just when I leave the inn, I just scream scraps, and he just comes running from wherever it's kept. Just say that.
It kind of skids in the snow.
Just
it cocks its head like with a red glowering eye. Sorry, Rick. Play.
Why doesn't Scraps just walk alongside of us? Why do we need to carry it?
It's just when it's not being used, it's a bit weird having him around.
Just have him just walk beside us. Surely that's okay.
Okay, just didn't want to cause a panic. I didn't want to cause more problems to Chris having Scraps around.
I guarantee Scraps is not the weirdest thing that any of these people will see in the next hour, let alone in their lives.
Okay. I just shout for Scraps and it comes running. It just follows us.
Yeah, and as you walk, Rook regales you with as the cat kind of weaves in between the two of you. Mock sniffing the air. It still has all the mannerisms of a cat, but it doesn't have olfactory senses. It doesn't have a true nose, but it still does that.
Its head is like a metal cat skull.
Yeah. I see nothing. I know what it is. But it does all the things a cat does, but it is not a cat. This is not cat. As you walk, Rook regales you.
A tail made out of chain links.
Yeah. Rook tells you of Litiana. He remembers coming to the city of Kakanzax, seeing her making conversation with people. The first time he saw her was the very first time he came here. They were talking during the festival of Melora with the crowd as he tried to duck his head and keep a low profile from guards, etc., as he was walking through, as he's constantly been paranoid that he's going to get caught by other military organizations, as he did not know which one was here or was in control of this place. He tells you how they were selected and put forwards as combatants in a giant robot construct fighting battle that is held as part of the Melora's Eye Festival outside the north wall of Kakanzax, where they were embodied in 30-foot tall golems made of fire and rock, and were forced to battle each other from inside these golems to choose a champion. And it turned out that Nyala was the winner of this battle.
Still want my rematch.
Have you ever seen a kid when he gets too excited and like talks fast and his brain happens?
Mm.
Well, the second you mention golem fighting, that's kind of how Ray reacts, and he literally starts jumping as he speaks. While he's like, "When is it? When is it? When is it? When is it? When is it?"
It's about. It's going to be about 10. Well, it's been about 3 or 4 months now, hasn't it? So it's probably about 8 months away till the next one occurs.
Okay. He takes out a notebook and starts scribbling in a notebook.
Yeah. He also knows that from this, Litiana actually spoke to Nyala, and Nyala was taken under her wing as an apprentice. Has been given certain accesses and permissions to be in the library and in certain parts of the library where others are not allowed to go. There is a kind of general section, but Nyala has this special area for books of ancient arcana knowledge, including gnomish plumbing.
And that is the brief summary of Litiana.
Okay.
Any questions?
No. Nyala's her apprentice. Golem fights. I really, really, really want to join the golem fights. Do you have to sign in early, or is it like an on the day thing?
It's actually chosen by Tavern.
Yes.
And do you have to use their golems, or can you turn up with one?
No, you use their golems.
Litiana conjures the golems from the very bedrock.
Yeah, there's certain safety precautions and safety measures that are
Safety
implemented.
precaution.
Well, yes, we don't die. We all fought and we're all still alive. It was a weird experience, but yeah, it was great fun. So much fun. Yes, we will come back for the next one. No matter where we are in the world, we will make time to come back for the good.
It was so good.
Festival of
Melora.
Melora.
Such a fun game to run that.
So much fun.
It was a great game.
Underneath.
When I sent you each your stat blocks, and you would just go like,
yeah.
How many dice?
Underneath Ray's breath, and I don't even think he does it on purpose. You hear him look at Scraps and say out loud, like underneath his breath, say, "How big can I make it?" Just looks at it and goes, "Wonder how big I could make it."
The Scrap stops for like half a second mid-step, like they don't put the paw down. They look at you at the side of their eye and just carry on going. You find your way to the bathhouse, which, Rook, you've been here before, and you are well known round town. Here, your reputation precedes you, and then when you enter, you've actually fixed their plumbing. So, in one way or another, you're not quite sure what the other way was, but Niard seems to be the person to have accomplished that. But being in part of that group and then having to come here and wash yourself off in the from the sewer trip, which was pretty grim beneath the streets of Kakanzax. I believe you actually dunked Arden here as well. Yep. At some point,
shoved him right in.
Yeah, that was some fun moments. They welcome you, and she's on the desk. Maruk, it's been months.
My dear, how are you?
Yes, yeah, business is booming. People in and out. dirty
Good.
folk is good business.
Good. That's good to hear. This is my friend Rayla.
Pleasure,
We're-
sure.
Hi.
Anything that works a friend
It's
of
Ray.
mine? Ray. Nice to meet you.
We're actually looking for someone, so if you could help us find which
You're
bath they're
Joyce
in
the
would be
Bard.
Oh,
yes.
Tris wants to talk to him.
he's paid for a whole one to himself
Okay.
and his entourage.
Do you
Could you
like
tell
your
me
Joyce?
which one?
I asked the lady in charge, do you like your Joyce?
They've asked for their privacy. I don't.
I turned to Scraps.
Rayla, just it's fine. My darling,
Well, if they want to be on their own.
are you sure
Get
you
them
can't
in.
tell me which bath they're in?
Persuasion?
That is a dirty 20.
Oh, oh, Rook, it's you. Fourth one, right hand side. Take a towel. She
I
hands you
kind of-
both these very nice, plump white towels. And she kind of lays one over the back of Scraps.
I'm just gonna take a hand.
You can always
Little
stay
kisses.
here if it's a bad
Thank you.
idea. Stay with a nice lady, Scraps.
Rayla. Get Scraps to watch the door while we go in.
That's a better idea. That's why you're the clever one.
Have you never done this before? Kind of like
On what?
as we're kind of walking towards the doors, like, have you never like broken into somewhere before? Gone in
Yeah, a
somewhere
lot.
you weren't supposed to be?
I just do it when everyone else is asleep.
I mean, that's boring.
Or I
This
do this, and then,
This is more fun.
or I do this.
Right.
You can cast disguise self if he has it prepared.
What do you disguise yourself as? Important. Terrible rolls. Yeah, terrible rolls. That's what we're talking. Right. Have you got this guy self-prepared, Rayla?
No.
Okay, so you can't disguise yourself.
I still have the,
Right.
Sorry.
So
I still have the
What we're
same
going
stuff
to
from
do-
last time.
what we're going to do is we're going to go in there. We're going to pretend that we don't even know who he is, who they are. We don't know who they are. We know that they're a tabaxi. She's going to go in, and then if we're questioned as to why we're in there, well, we paid our money for a private bath. This is the one that we were given. We stand our ground, and then we just happen to make friends. If it goes pear-shaped, you call for Scraps and stand behind me. Deal?
Okay.
You walk to the door and you crack it open, and a gout of steam comes flying out of the room. And we're going to take a quick break there, and we'll continue in a second. Right, folks?
Yep.
Go and grab teas and stuff. Brooke, a whoosh of steam and scented air comes out of this room. Every kind of incense, not incense, scent is in the air, like it's in the moisture that comes out. It's pungent, it's flowery, it's expensive. It is very hard to see. So you have disadvantage on any perception stuff in this place just because the amount of steam.
Can I like try and not be with Rook and roll stealth and just walk in?
Yeah, you can have that advantage because of the steam.
Toby, just get on your red.
Nat 20. 33.
Oh my god.
33.
Dirty.
Did you forget he's a rogue multi-class?
Yeah, but still, that's
Absolutely.
ludicrous.
You become part of the wall. Rook, you don't see Ray go in. You finish having this conversation with Ray, open the door, and turn back to finish your conversation, and you just see Scraps sat there obediently at the door.
Facing the door.
Yeah.
If somebody opened
gonna-
it, just see Scrap.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Oh, didn't realize I paid to smell like a whore's boudoir." Just get in the bath.
Yeah, the bars are big. You can hear voices, you hear giggling, you hear a slurring voice the other side saying, "Oh my dear, oh there's an awful draft. Who's opened the door here? Oh, that's the spot. Oh yes, yeah. There's not such a draft when you're around. You'll soon warm me up." They're at the kind of far side. You know how these are like square bars with a walkway that runs all the way around the outside.
Like a giant
pillars
swimming
holding
pool.
up various parts, and little sections partitioned in either corner for like massage, etc. That kind of thing.
I'm just gonna kind of sit in the bath, have my first bath in a while, and then kind of slowly kind of make my way over to the other side.
Okay. Ray, where are you traveling in the room? So it's a square room with a walkway that runs out the outside. They're about 10 foot wide, the walkway that runs around the outside of this square. The bath is probably, I'm going to say, just for the sake of ease, like 20 by 20 square.
I want to get closer to the tabaxi
No, 20 by
than
20.
I am to Rook.
60, 30 by 30, sorry. So like a 60 foot. Yeah.
I want to try and get behind the tabaxi.
Yeah. When you get
So
that
George,
far through the smoke, you can see that there is a figure, a furred figure with their kind of arms on the edge of the bath. You can see pointed black ears with ginger stripes in the back of them. You see they are kind of floating, you know, like almost doing like a dead man's float. And you see that their feet are kind of vanishing into the smoke. And every now and then you see a hand attached to their foot, rubbing their foot. And the tabaxi is kind of oh yes, yep, that's the one.
I just want to say one thing. Ray is incredibly uncomfortable about this entire situation.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay to be.
Yeah.
Then you also see that from the left-hand side of the room. Which way did you walk around the room? Left or right?
I'd say left.
So you went the left way. From the other side of the room, you see a absolutely stark naked man with bluish skin, walk across, dip into the bath next to the tabaxi, holding a glass and a flask, or like a flagon, and pour like a hefty glass of wine and hand it to the tabaxi.
For a split second, you actually see Ray close his eyes. Like the second he sees the naked guy, he's like, no, yeah. And when he like, here's the splash, he opens the back up again.
Thank you, my dear. Ah, what a wonderful way to relax. Rook, you make your way
Just
across the
Ray
bar.
standing bolt upright in the corner, just feeling uncomfy.
Invisible, though. So all this while, none of this can be seen either because you rolled a
Just
33.
wearing a towel and goggles.
Rook, you did not see this. As you kind of disrobed and left. I'm just assuming you disrobed, Rook, or did you just get in fully?
No, yes. I would have disrobed and got left everything except my knife.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I've kind of got that kind of under the water.
Yeah. You make your way over to the far side and excellent. More entertainment. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, you're a handsome brute, aren't you?
Well,
Look at that
I aim
fur.
to please.
Look
I aim to
at
please. And what is it that I'm here to do? Please remind me I'm not quite sober.
Oh, warmed up already. That's excellent. Fantastic.
Always.
You, my darling, just be you until I say not to, and then be mine.
Is that what you wish?
I wish lots of things. That's just
To
one
be-
of them.
You specifically wish for me to be me?
Yes, of course, darling. Would you care for some more wine? Or would you like a foot to rub? And they raise the other foot out of the water while the other person's like rubbing their left foot. They raise their right foot out, and this like furry
course.
bean with little claws
Of
out
course.
the water.
And I kind of go over to this foot and lift it up with my knife. And started to really dig in with my claws.
Oh, a little rough, a little rough. Their right arm slips and they kind of dip under the water a little bit. A little rough there. A little rough. You can.
I'll stop. You asked me to be me.
Well, I didn't quite realize you. Well, a little gentler.
Maybe foot rubs aren't really my forte. Maybe a back rub.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Come a little closer, snuggle up, honey. And he turns around and puts his arms on the side of the bath and turns his back to you. And the other two hop out. The blue person and the other one kind of unveils from the mist, and they are a female human. And they hop up on the side, and they just sit there drinking the wine, giggling slightly to each other, sipping these this drink. And he's like, "Come on, come close."
Can they still see us?
Yeah,
Or
yes.
is the mist-
He's like in the
Nice.
middle. They're facing you, like with their legs in the pool, kind of thing.
Oh, okay. No, why don't you come to me? Come to the other side. It's a bit more private.
Why?
Wouldn't want anyone else seeing and getting jealous, would we now?
But it's fun to watch.
Not always. You might not want people to see this.
Really?
Oh, of course.
Now that's
Anything for you.
Roll me a persuasion.
$18.
Shall I bring a glass?
No need. It'll only get smashed.
There.
I would like to, as he goes towards it, I would like to go along the side of the bath
Yeah.
and try and stay and follow him across.
Yeah, your stealth roll in this room is gonna count for this room, basically. So you see the body swim away towards Rook, just gliding. Me first or you?
You first.
Okay, and they just kind of glide over and do that kind of, that hop that you kind of do
Yeah.
when you're in deep water, and they kind of keep glancing over the shoulder. Well, I'm not used to being lost around so, but marvelous. And they reach the other side. Ray
soon
slips
as-
round by the door. Just in the kind of crook of the door you stand.
As soon as I know that
The smoke kind of fills in,
yeah.
the perfume wafts into your nostrils.
As soon as I know that we can't be seen by the other two,
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly kind of trying not to make much of a splash.
Yeah.
One hand over his mouth, knife to the throat.
You feel the
Now
body
listen,
quake.
now listen here and listen very, very carefully. Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to be proposed a gig to showcase your, and I'm using this term loosely, legendary performance skills. You're going to perform and you're going to tell the tale of certain adventurers slaying a lich. Do you know what a lich is? You've heard of one, right? Nod. Yes, there we go. Now you're getting it. You're going to perform, you're going to make up whatever comes into your head. And then you will finish your performance. Go out the back of said tavern. There'll be a pouch of gold waiting for you. You will pick it up, you will speak to no one, and you will leave the city. Never to come back. Do we have an agreement? Good.
Roll me an
Remember, if I can get you... I'm not finished yet.
Okay.
Remember, if I can get to you here, where you pay for privacy, I can get to you anywhere. I will find you in your home. You'll sleep. Next time, my hand might just slip. I kind of press the knife into his throat. Not enough to like pierce, but just kind of like it's there.
Yeah.
My hand might just slip. So you will tell no one about this. You will then go back over to your whores and tell them of such a good time you had over here. But I had to leave because I had too much fun, which I really am. Then you will go about your business and then you will perform tonight. I will leave the details with the receptionist. And you will ask no questions, you will talk to no one. And I will now roll my intimidation check.
I wanna help with this. As you're being
Okay.
threatening, I just step out of the shadows and break stealth.
Yeah. Could I add something maybe?
Just like this other dude just appears.
Yeah. So Ray appears by the door handle, like the waft of smoke moves away from you. You crack open the door slightly, and there's just these glowing red eyes
Yeah.
of Scraps staring through the door at this man in the mask who has a knife to his throat and a 7-foot tall bugbear with a knife to the throat. Yes, that's what was that? Intimidation with advantage, I'm going to say.
With
'cause
advantage, okay.
we got assistance
Demon
here.
cat.
3 rolls.
That is 23.
No way that this person
He's
is.
showing up.
Rook, you know that your plan has worked. The temperature of the water around you increases. as they
Yeah.
as you think they may have released themselves. You step out of the water, not sure if you're cleaner or not, and make those arrangements at the front counter with the.
I go and take Rook's knife from him.
Rook's not going to probably want to give that up straight away.
Just like with a towel, and he puts his hand out for the knife, and if he takes it, I clean the knife because I'm a blacksmith, and I just saw him put a knife underwater.
Yeah.
Oh no,
fair.
I like that because Rook would probably really respect that in Rook's background as well.
I'm a trained blacksmith, and I just saw him put a knife underwater, and he didn't mention it. But genuinely speaking, if we did a pan shot when he did that, you might have heard Ray go.
The only thing to break your stealth was because there's a wet knife.
It's iron, it'll rust.
Oh, I love like that you want to just weatherproof everything. That's going to be your thing. You're going to make Arrowlight.
No, my knife is dragon tooth.
Yeah, so it's not going to rust. Oh, maybe I think it's got a sheen to it. You presume maybe it is, and then when Rook hands you it, it's not what you think.
It's preserved dragon tooth.
You
Shut up. This was a present for my general promotion back way back when. But that's the story for another day.
And I hand it back and say, if you need anything else taken care of, I could.
Thank you. I feel like we're going to be very good friends.
I just like unscraps his head as I walk out to get Scrap to follow us.
Metal ring. The door closes. You hear
Brooke kind of does his belt back up.
Yeah, you hear this kind of release of breath, and you overhear from the room. What did he do to you? Oh, you look like you've been ravaged. through the smoke, and you hear the voice go, "It was an experience. Sure. You'll have to help me get ready. We have a gig tonight. But we were supposed to... No, I've decided I must perform. I desperately feel the urge to regale people with poetic voice." And and the door closes, and you make your way to the front counter. You have your conflab with the owner, who says, "You didn't hurt him, did you, Rook?"
No. I'd never hurt anyone, especially here.
He doesn't have a scratch on him.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine.
Thank you, Rook.
He doesn't have a scratch on him.
He pays well. Sorry.
And here's for any inconvenience caused, and I'm going to hand over 50 gold.
What do you mean by inconvenience?
Just if I happen to cause anything with my friend outside. Kind of
Thank you, Rook.
almost like pet scraps.
It didn't do anything.
If you need anything,
corridor, did
let
it?
me know.
Did it do bolts?
No.
Does it?
Well too trained for that.
Oh, it's a house trained mechanical cat.
Yes.
Hey,
Kind of
I can always put
look at Ray like,
Is it house trained?
has it got that update?
It's a firmware update to house train the cat.
The house training update.
Well, you never have
Sorry,
to.
not compatible with this model.
When you say that, he looks at Scraps, and like an actual amount of pride comes in his voice when he says, "We never really have to house train. We don't have to worry about the mess."
You just scoop it up and like reattach it.
You touch it. It's fine. He thinks he does. Sometimes he squats, but I don't think it does anything.
As we
It's
kind of
a
walk
firmware
out-
update, not firmware.
Oh,
Oh,
boo.
oh,
That was
fun with the
awful.
session. I love it.
As we kind of walk out, I'll kind of put like a hand on Raymond, like, well done. You did very well in there.
Thank you.
We zoom out from here, seeing Rook and
Why what?
Rook and Ray chatting, and maybe Rook showing the way to the stables up near Eric T. Wood's woodworking shop. The stables are Malgon's place. We zoom in and down through the city, the streets bustling with people, past a cart selling some Rook brew, past some dwarven architects finishing off the last palisade on the side of a building, carving that stone, and in through the doors into the echoing interior of the Great Library of Kakanzax. And in there we find Sarah Van Arden standing in this quite vast space that contains a set of stairs either side that rise up in front of you, right into a small balcony in the center where there is a great gilt gold door with all kinds of swirling patterns within it. There is a long desk at the front with a small bell on the top, like a busman's bell that you might press. Then behind that desk, there is a huge array of drawers, little tiny drawers like this with little handles on, each with a label on it. You have the space, Martin.
I look around this massive, like almost cavernous space. Just kind of walking through and hearing like my feet tapping on the tiles, and it just echoes around. Just go up to the desk, and I kind of just look around and I'm just like, ding, ding.
As lightly as you press it, the echoes reverberate around the ding, ding. What you hear is a like a knock knock.
Let's press the bell again in the same like knock knock thing. Ding ding. Hello. Hello. Look over the desk.
There's nothing there, but when you look the other side, you see that there is a little set of steps. They are the steps are very small. The steps are each step on this little ladder that has wheels on one end are like very, very small. We're talking maybe an inch each step. But the set of steps looks extendable in terms of height. They look like like kind of concertina.
Okay. I kind of peer around at the bottom and then kind of look up the shelves.
Yeah, you look at these shelves, you can see that they are numbered, and the basic are A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then start whistling off into arcane script, elven pictography, hieroglyphic, all kinds of different symbolism and categorization.
Hello.
Can you make me a perception check?
Yeah. There's somebody somewhere. I just can't see where. Da, 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 da. 21.
You think that the sound is coming from one of the drawers. You think it's coming from where the steps are pushed closest to. At the peak of these stairs, you go closer, and you can definitely hear like a.
Kind of put my ear up against it.
There's a muffled sound coming from inside one of these drawers.
I go to pull the drawer open, and then I kind of just pause a second, and I look at all these drawers. My hand just comes back a second, and I'm like, and I look for Z. Said
Yeah.
the drawer, open that.
You open it, and the dimensions of this drawer are unfathomably weird. You open what seems to be a cabinet that might go back this far. The drawer slides out all the way to the front desk, nearly 10 feet.
I start somewhere at the back, and I look for ZY.
You find it.
Is it like a folder?
It's like a little reference card. It tells you which room, which shelf, the books on Zimrica.
Okay, I just I kind of record that to memory, and then I kind of just pop it back in and close, and then I go back over to the drawer, and I move the stairs to the side and pull it open.
The same thing happens, and about halfway through the drawer, you can see that there is a really, really wrecked up lot of cards, and they kind of come spilling out and standing up in the drawer. Oh. Hello. Is a
Are
very,
you all
very
right?
small gnome. They are wearing a knitted jumper, basically, that goes from their neck to the floor. They look like they're wearing pretty much a tea cozy, but they are the most wrinkled gnome with the darkest skin. If you imagine a raisin that is alive with little gnomish ears, that's what we're talking about here.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, what?
Are you all
What?
right?
I nearly wasn't, but I am now. Thank you.
Right. I don't know whether you can help me. I have a friend that's, I presume, here.
I can certainly try. Who's your friend? One of the scribes?
No, Nyala.
Oh, the mistress's new apprentice.
Yes.
In what way do you need me to help you, precisely?
To
Let me get out of
find-
this drawer. Could you wheel the stairs over?
Yeah.
Unless you want to lift me.
Is that not demeaning?
I'm used to it.
Sure.
They go completely stiff as you but you put them down. Much better. And they start collecting up the cards.
Yes, I'm here to. Well, I don't even really know. I'm just looking for my friend.
They're here.
Do you know where?
One of the upper floors, I imagine. But I'm afraid that's off limits to yourself.
Well, we kind of. I'm not here for research.
No.
I'm just trying to get my friend.
That's besides the point, I'm afraid. Only those with access to the library are allowed on the upper floors. Forbidden books and secret knowledge.
I have very little interest in. Look, I just come for my friend.
I shall put a call in if you like.
What does that mean?
I'll put a call in, see if they're busy, if there's a convenient time to go up. She might take you in one of the reception rooms.
All right. Yes, please put a call in.
Give me a second. Have you got 5 minutes to wait? They're just in the middle of something.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you just go up the stairs and through the door, and
Yep.
I'll make it go to the right place.
What do you mean you'll make it go to the right place?
The room the other side.
Uh-huh.
The room the other side needs to move to another place to drop you off at the room you need to be in.
The room moves.
Yes. It's only a very small room, so it doesn't take a lot of energy to move it. But it
Right.
does move.
Can I not just walk?
There aren't any stairs.
Why?
It wasn't built that way.
What happens if there's a fire?
Emergency evacuation, of course.
How? If you can't walk?
I don't know. We haven't ever had one.
It seems like a very poor design.
I didn't make it. I just work here.
I wasn't accusing you. So apologies.
Gnomes are strange. I don't know if you know that.
Well, if every gnome is strange, then no gnome is strange.
Take a seat on one of the steps if you like, or even if you want to go on up there.
I'll go to the room. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
They carry on collecting the cards. You proceed up one of the stairs. You're confronted with a big door.
Right. What else is around me? Like just up the stairs, big door. Like, is there any other signposting into anywhere else?
No. Or you can make me a history check.
Guidance myself on this, I reckon. Oh, that won't make any difference. That's a natural one.
The doors patterns are intricate, very detailed. They are depicting something that does not spring to mind what, or what relevance it has.
Yeah, never mind. I'll go through the door.
There is no handle to the door.
Oh shit. Push.
You run your hands over the door and you find a small little dimple, and you can push your finger on it, and the doors go sink into the walls. You've never seen a door do this in your life.
What's wrong with just a normal fucking door?
I told you I didn't design the place. I just work here.
You have really good hearing.
I think, yeah. I think it's the acoustics. Acoustics.
Take a step in.
The doors go stump. Everything is kind of dead, and there is a carpet in here as well.
Now what?
No reply.
I'll take a step forward. Are there any other doors, or am I just literally like a blank room?
You're in about a 7 foot by 7 foot square room, about 6 foot high ceiling.
Have I just been tripped by a fucking gnome?
At the edge of your hearing, you start hearing something. And then
It's
you
like
feel,
shitty elevator music.
feel a lurch in the ground, and you start feeling yourself like lifting, like you've gone weightless, and then you feel like you're moving upwards, but you get no sense of any kind of direction. Then you feel like you lurch a different way, and then you're a different way. And then the doors open again, and there is a circular room with beautiful mosaic tile in red and kind of cream with gold thinner embellishments whizzing through it. And there is a couch and another door the other side.
I approach the other door and have a look at that.
It is
Look
a
for a similar
sturdy,
dimple.
sturdy oak door with a normal regular handle. It does not budge. Put your hand on the handle.
Any signage?
Nope.
I know. Guess this is where I'm meant to wait. Right. I look at the door. Is it locked?
Make me an investigation check.
Well,
It is firmly sealed, but there doesn't appear to be a lock.
I just go and sit down on the sofa.
The sofa is made of a shining red leather. As you sit on it, it has that leather smell. You sit down and it kind of squeaks a little bit. And you glance around the room. There are some paintings on the wall. Could you make me a perception check?
18.
It's not like, let's get some results. So the paintings around the room depict Litiana. And Litiana at various occasions and events, festivities, and such. One of the paintings, you swear that the eyes are following your movement. As you cock your head, the eyes go. They glance at the hand.
Approach the painting.
The eyes follow you all the way. It's just a painting. Canvas. Rough paint. Oil, you think?
Are the eyes still following?
Yeah. And the weirdest thing is they look exactly like oil paint. There's no reaction. It's just like you're touching oil paint.
Can I get my hands behind the painting?
Yeah.
I'll just turn it around, hang it back up, facing the wall.
Yeah, there's no reaction. On the back, there is a signature.
I just go back and sit down again.
Yeah, on the back, there is a signature that you find. The name is. Marlena Timmet.
Mylema Timmet.
Marleena.
Oh, bear with me. Sorry, let me get to my Kakanzak's NPC's doc. Right. Marlena
Timmet. Timit. And it's Marleena. Marlena.
Timmet.
After a little while, you hear the handle of the oak door, and I presume they find you back on the couch. Did you say?
Yep.
In comes Litiana. Arden, isn't it?
Yep. That's me.
Welcome to the Great Library. What can we do for you?
I just came to see Nyala.
Nyala is slightly indisposed right now.
In how so?
Nyala came to me for some help and guidance.
So she's what, reading a book, or? I mean, like something happened with a couple of our friends, and I just want to check on her, and because possessions, weird worms, yeah, false gods, that kind of shit.
I see what you mean.
Just
There's
wanted
no
to check.
cause for alarm. This is more akin to a crisis of faith rather than a possession or demonic incursion.
I'm sorry, are we talking about Nyala or are we talking about my thing?
Nia,
Right. Crisis of she's not a religious person.
that she had been. Maybe it would have helped. Maybe not.
I find this place very confusing. It's a lot. You guys are obviously very, very smart people. You know a lot of things about a lot of places, about a lot of people.
The knowledge
I
is here, just needs remembering, sequencing.
right, like reading. We had a system back in Simrica in our little library, although yeah, it was more like a couple of rooms compared to this, but we called it the Dewey Decimal System. That's how we organized things.
Indeed, I remember visiting once. Long ago.
Right.
I even gave them some books.
Yeah, well, I'm afraid they probably won't be returned anytime soon.
They weren't on loan. There is no fine.
No one left to pay it anyway.
Apart from you.
Oh,
And
well,
I hear.
well, yeah, he's seeming a lot better. We're hoping to, well, talking about him going north and spend more time for that. So can I see Nyala or not?
I should hope you can. Would you? Is it urgent that you see her in the flesh?
I mean, I wasn't concerned, but after this very brief and very strange conversation, I am now slightly concerned. Yes.
Very well. You'll have to wear this. Pulls out of her pocket a satin black bag.
How?
Over the head.
Oh, I'm good. I've got my own. It's handkerchief. I'll just.
She glances at you. Really? I am a mage of the highest order.
So they keep telling me.
Remove that. Place this. What a strange thing. I once saw something like that at a cocktail party.
A napkin.
Did you actually
not
put?
the napkin, the hanky?
Did you put on your bandana thing?
Yeah.
Your seeing bandana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she recognizes it.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Someone I used to know, I think. A resident. Kikatsax, I believe.
Yeah, it was. You could call it a gift.
Strange. Anyway, the sack.
Yeah, okay.
It's basically the darkness spell
Yeah.
over your head. You feel a hand with too many knuckles and too long slide into yours and kind of fold round. Her hands are gangly long and like it kind of encompasses round your hand and almost a little bit up your wrist. And like she walks you through. You smell the strange smell of her alien skin as you're that close to her, and you kind of every now and then get a bit of the gossamer fabric of her of her dress, like just stroke down your arm, and it just makes when you get goosebumps, almost like when you're walking into a spider's web or something like that, and you're cheers, George. Lovely playing with you.
Love
Have
you
a
all.
good DJ set.
Wow.
Cheers,
Have a good
cheers.
sesh, mate. Good luck with the move.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.
Yeah,
See you soon.
indeed. All that stuff.
I'll
Keep us
keep-
up to date on the
yeah.
Discord.
I'll keep you updated.
Cheers, back. And you hear yourself being allowed into a vast space. You feel like you're walking past almost like columns, and you can, when you're around magic, you get almost like a staticky kind of feel. Sometimes certain strong magics give you that kind of electric buzz in the air, and you get some of that every time you walk past one of these columns. Then you start hearing like a ding, 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 but times 1,000. Like lots and lots and lots and lots.
Litiana, huh?
Yes,
What is that?
that is the scribes.
Oh.
They are writing.
I'd certainly hope so. There'd be poor scribes if they didn't.
That is their function. They serve it well. They serve the library well.
Who built the library?
Gnomish folk designed the library. The library was built by dwarves, the finest stonemasons one can find.
Yeah, but whose idea was it?
Mine.
Did you deal with the interior decorating?
Yes.
Right. Maybe
like
some
it?
more plants.
More plants.
Yeah, they. When you're indoors a lot, sometimes a little bit of greenery and some plants, they can freshen the air.
Oh, I know just the person to speak to.
Good. I still can't see, by the way.
That is the complete idea.
Okay.
Look at this. You walk for about 10 minutes and just hear scribes. You feel this buzzing, almost like a background hum. Then you hear another door click, and the door slam behind you, and then the bag is removed. You see Nyala laying on a table, eyes shut, surrounded by candles and sigils. The table is plush, comfortable looking, and you just see Litiana with a long finger against her lips. Nyala, you've been here most of the night, most of the day. Litiana has tried to raise yourself through several stages of meditation and practice and focus. I would like you to make a roll as if you were making a Arcana check for me, please.
Okay. I can do that. That's always great to be good. 18.
18. The first part of the night went well. You slipped gently into this kind of no space, forgetting that you even had a corporeal body, becoming nothing but a consciousness in the void of the ether, of the threads of magic. You felt yourself almost like a knot, a ball of tangled ends in the weave.
You may be going to the weave.
I'd like you to make another roll.
Oh my god. 11.
You began to stretch the fronds of your tattered mass outwards, using the path that you had learnt, that has been prescribed to you from all the books that you have read and tried to memorize and learn and grind into your ever frustrating mind. It has taken so much hard work to drive in just a single spell. And every night you must sit there with your book, going over the lines again and again, remembering the components, the somatic, the shape of the mouth, the form of the vowel, the consonants, the diphthong, the very power that you must expel each word, each utterance from your body. Feel like you're coming up against a brick wall. A wall so vast and dense that wherever those threads of your learning reach, they can't go any further. You hear Litiana's voice whisper in your ear, almost like they're not with you, but almost like a spirit guide.
Mm.
And they say to you, feel it. Don't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So under this, she thinks actually for a moment, like, let go. Okay. And she's going to use the method that Ardena taught her for meditation. And just calm herself and let her instinct run over this wall. Just like when she was in the forest, when she was trying to survive, and when she was tracking for food, trying to navigate the forest.
You see the brick wall in front of you. Firm stone. Solid. And none of your seeking tendril vines as you exist in this pure state of mana and energy can penetrate through it. But then you kind of cock your head to the side, and as you twist, you see the spaces between, the gaps. There is spaces in these trees. There is a way through. Yeah. There is a path. You're straying. You had strayed. You see a route that you obscured by looking at it through the wrong lens. Do you follow it?
How does it feel? Does it feel like does it feel like home? Does it feel familiar?
It feels scary in the way that when you are afraid of failure, where there is risk involved,
She's going. Carefully, but she's going.
slowly, the fronds of your wing past the wood, past the trees, and you find the path. And you look down and you see the image of your young feet running along a jungle track. You feel burning fire behind you. and you smell that pungent, burning, magic fire, oil, and incense that triggers your olfactory memory deep bedded within you, being tabaxi and it being one of your most prominent early memories. You ran that day through fear, through survival. The very reason you are here today is because you ran. But you could have stayed. You could have embraced it. And you knew you could. But you knew the consequences could have been terrible, devastating, cruel, even. So you turned aside and forgot that place. But it is in your nature. Then you see it. You see a small image of yourself, curled and burning with fire that sprouts from your eyes, the ends of your fingers. Your hair is aflame, but you are not crisping to that touch. You are the heart of a sun. And around it, there is a little box, a cage, and it's built of tiny strips of paper wound round you. They spin and tie you up, almost mummifying you into a little ball and compressing you down. And as you look at those scripts, you realize that those words are every spell you have ever read. Your eyes flutter. Come to. You see Gisela with their fingers her lips, and you see the face of your good friend, Sir Van Arden. Face concerned, looking down at you on this bed. What did you see, my young apprentice?
I don't know. I don't even know if I want to know anymore. I saw running, I saw the fire, I felt the burning once again. The burning I'm feeling each and every day in my back. Because it didn't heal. Never healed. I went further. Further than I should have, if you ask me. I went to the roots of the problem. And I'm not even sure what I saw. Pages and pages of spells that I've worked so hard. Countless sleepless nights to remember. Even today, as it hurts that my will to even live wither each and every time. I saw those spells. Those spells all around me, all around a child. A flaming child that was me. When I was just afflicted by the curse of knowledge. And I saw this knowledge bribing me, choking me, surrounding me until I was nothing but a small version of myself. The flame extinguished and buried deep underneath the scrolls and the layers of papers and spells and ink. So tell me, teacher, do you know anything about my tribe up north? Do you know anything that you haven't told me before?
Be more specific.
Did she get up the incense? I believe you know what this is.
Takes it. And with that upturned nose. Yes.
My people, my tribe, make those. I am one of those people up north that have been apparently imprisoned and enslaved because we are the only ones that can make them. Who am I?
You're exactly who you say you are. And who you believe yourself to be each and every day. You define it by your actions. You define it by what you do and how you behave. Your history is but merely a speck in the building blocks of what makes you you. Your dream shows you made a choice. You turned away from what nature prescribed you. You buried yourself in books and word and learning. Yet still I see it now, kindled within you. That spark. It wants to burn it all down.
Why? What was I? Where do even my tribe come from? Who?
Come. There is much learning for you to read. I have a treatise on the war that that I think you will find most enlightening.
I'm tired of the pain.
You need to make the choice. We
I can't let
extinguish,
go.
we extinguish the flame and become wrapped in words. Or we burn the words out. Shackles removed. And you will be light once more.
I can't let go. I spent years. I didn't endure this pain for nothing. Why can't fire and ink work together?
You'll have to learn that balance. So, what this means mechanically, Yala, you must make the choice. When you next level up, you are making a major decision. You have to solely upgrade as a wizard. From now on, almost level by level, balance, sorcerer.
What?
So you got to choose between sorcerer or wizard moving forward.
Oh my god.
So you're going to go full wizard, or you get the opportunity to multi-class into sorcerer. But once you make that choice, you can't go
Wizard,
back.
you can only be wizard. In that, take another multi-class.
Okay.
If you choose sorcerer, you'll now take points in sorcerer every time. Every time?
No, balance.
No.
1 1 1
Balance.
1 1 1 1 if you wanted to.
Okay. Oh, cool.
Okay. I have to do simulation, but okay. Oh, what about the table?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, is it like in sorcerer or is it like in wizard?
You will that table will trigger probably now anyway that we made. Now you've had this kind of experience on a roll of, what did we say it was going to be?
I think 100.
No, but how is
Guys.
it going to trigger?
Oh,
I have to go,
so
somebody at the door.
each, yeah.
Oh, right.
So we said after, if I cast above a level 3 spell, I have to roll against my spell DC. There's that.
Are we saying it's like a save? Like a save against your own spell DC, yeah?
Yeah, we did say that.
Well, I think I couldn't remember it quite. That's cool. All right.
And then we rolled the 100.
Yeah, for the table. Okay, right. We're going to end the session there on this realization, this coming of knowledge with a very heavily persuaded bard, a very confused Bernarden to come in on this situation and overhear this conversation between a mentor and student. And also having to experience the strangeness of the entirety of the library of the Great Library of Kakanzax. Ray, you have the option to have stabled Scraps. That's it, Scraps. You're on mute, by the way, Ray. If you want to, or Scraps can come with you and pot around with you.
I just didn't want to cause them alarm.
It won't cause alarm in Kakanzax. Kakanzax is a highly versatile magic city. Honestly.
Oh boy.
Can
Believe me.
Can I show everyone the original inspiration for Raider's makings?
yeah. So we're gonna close the session now, and we'll do it in the. Oh, you have it in your hand.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a cool steampunky skull thing. Where did you get this?
It was a birthday present last year from my mum.
That's very cool. Right, we'll stop the
Well.
session here, and I'm gonna get off to sleep. Thank you guys. It was lovely
Oh.
to have some good role play
Yeah.
time with you. And
When I was
yeah,
thinking of artificer stuff, I seen it on my bookshelf and I was like, aha, idea.
and we shall maybe do some planning for the next session and work out where we're going to meet up and what route you'd like to take next. Maybe you could have that discussion between you guys. I don't know if you still have that other chat channel for doing planning that I don't see.
We'd need to do a new one with
Right, yeah.
changed a bit since.
Yeah, and then kind of.
So I'm guessing it'll be Underdark next week.
Yeah, we could do. I could run the Underdark one. Yeah,
because we won't have George. So
we won't have George. I could do that next week. Yes. All right.
okie dokie.
Did they get you
Right.
right?
Confused much? I saw your face and were like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh yeah, Arden's just like, what the fuck? It's
Magic
like,
weirdness.
this is meant to be our time off. This is meant to be vacation, and he's gotten out of bed, done some fucking
Went to meet his friend,
exorcisms,
and things happen.
and now wandering around a fucking magic building. Had to be
Oh,
blindfolded.
beautiful.
To be
Now
honest, I'm
Being
not-
you having some
I-
kind of other type of exorcism, like yeah.
I feel slightly bad on the whole Ray thing of the fact that he constantly has to prod things.
Yeah, that's fine.
He just has
You're a
to.
button presser. That's what.
That's okay.
It's basically
Everyone-
what games are supposed to do. They put a button there, and you gonna press the button.
He's like,
You press the red
It's
one.
a psychic
or the red
one.
one.
it's a psychic one. Ray's psychic. I kind of want to see what happens if I try and talk to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked to it and we figured out that that was a bad idea.
Yeah,
Now we
Bad
know.
idea,
Don't
don't
fuck with it. Just kill it.
yeah.
Okay.
Ray's first
Oh,
idea was the
boy.
better idea. Set it on fire.
Said it.
Yeah.
Fire was good.
And then
That's
Arden
my
was like,
idea.
"Wait."
That's my role.
Then Arden was like, wait. And then the next time we saw one, he was like, oh, okay, listen to Arden this time. Wait, see if you can talk to it. Never mind, I was right the first time, set it on fire.
Yeah. I was just like, yeah, let's see what we can, whether we can communicate with it. Because I was vibing with that idea of, hey, let's talk to it. Like, yeah, all right, let's see what it. Nope. Just kill it.
Nope.
Just kill it.
Kill it. I still think sticking in a rat would be an all right idea, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, in my head, it was just like, if we're going to stick it in something, we need to make it so it's something that we can contain easily.
Like I said, a rat's really easy to kill.
Yeah, but then you decided
also
to
Bro,
make
it'd be a
level of
terrible idea.
intelligence
yeah, and then
once
you
it's
mind
inside
to
it.
it, and then it was
Yeah.
in your head, and I'm like, nope. Right, yeah, that was fun. Like, I didn't
Right.
expect that to happen at all. Like, rolling
Oh,
insight. All right. Oh,
I
something's fucked
also
up
think
with
it's
the
very
Jara.
right to say you
And
can't
yeah,
talk
I
about this, so
fucking
he just starts
told
writing
you.
it down. Fix it now.
For
Yeah,
2 episodes now.
Yes, but Jara actually came to the table with it this time. That's the difference. So it's
You
a case of,
never believe
So-
Yana for this kind of things.
no, that's
No.
not true. It's just letting it come out organically rather than going, getting something wrong with you.
With Niala's like hammer of tell us what's wrong.
And all Arden did
Nice.
was just poke her on the forehead and oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh.
I also think it's
Okay.
a very
It's
right
not,
thing
it's
to
not
do
better than the
to-
actual film The
can't talk about
Exorcist, to be honest, though. You know, there was no head spinning, there was no
Oh.
vomiting.
Yeah, I know, but this thing seems to be some kind of parasite that sees itself as a false god. So, you know, whatever the
Yeah.
fuck thing is, it is not to be trusted.
Pretty much describe my personality there.
Oh.
That's just DMs everywhere. isn't it?
Home truths coming. I'm having the
Living
therapy
off of the
session now.
emotions of our players, lording over them.
I thought we were doing the therapy for Niala, and it's actually me.
Honestly, and also another parallel. Sorry, I know you want to get off because it's an early night. Just then, when you were having that little discussion, Arden's going to have had a moment in his head because you are like, as you were talking about Nyala and her past and the choices she made, they literally matched up word for word with Arden and the choices he made, with whatever happened in your past you ran away from, which you physically did, and threw yourself into learning, which you did with the monks. So literally the identical thing happened.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
want to do too many
Choice being
spoilers.
presented to Nyala, he's now sitting in his head going, oh fuck, am I going to go back home?
I don't want to do too many spoilers, but Pete, you kind of understand that as a bit of Ray too.
Yeah, there's something.
I think that's the
Just
that's
going,
the thing
nah,
that connects us all.
going away.
I think you know what it is. It's Frohas that actually connects you all.
Yeah.
You know, coming here, being here, trying to move away from your past, trying to get as far away as you can, and yet
And that's what Frohas was for.
still coming to bite you in the butt.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nyala doesn't have any memories of it.
Yeah, that's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
I
You
still
don't
need to
have
send that
memories
message
of
to
it.
my dad.
Yeah.
By
It's
the
just
way, I know it's been 100 years, but I'm fine.
Yeah, you need whatever. Litiana's the one. Oh no, you've got a message, haven't you?
Sorry, I haven't called recently. Just thought I'd check
Sorry,
it.
it's been a while. By the way, yeah, it happened again. I'm fine. Because it's in the Pete. You know what I mean? Like it was in the backstory too.
Yeah.
That he's disappeared.
Sorry,
Dad, it happened
Sorry.
again.
been a little bit busy.
Sorry.
Right,
I think
I'm
that
gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I love you guys,
Right.
and I'll see
Yeah.
you.
Catch you later,
Nyala
guys.
fucking called it that we are going to have to go back home.
She's gonna have to go back home. That's what everyone's arc's about. resolving past trauma.
Everybody's arc is going back home and sorting out their shit. Right.
Yeah.
See you later, guys.
She told
Take care.
you. She told you. You might denial.
Bye.
Bye.